Hello friends, I am Professor Raju Thenge from Dr. Rajendra Gode College of Pharmacy, Malkapur. I am going to discuss topic microencapsulation techniques. So number of microencapsulation techniques are air suspension method, it is also known as Wurtz's process, phase separation coacervation method, solvent evaporation method, multi-orifice centrifugal method, spray drying and spray congealing method, and pan coating method. So among these methods, air suspension techniques and the pan coating, these methods are applicable for solid materials, and rest of techniques that may be applicable for solid as well as the liquid materials. So air suspension method. So actually what is in the air suspension method? So in this air suspension method, the particles are get suspended into the air. So this method is also called as a fluidized bed method. The particle get suspended into the air of high velocity, and these core materials are simultaneously microencapsulated in the coating chambers. This method was invented by Professor Wurtz. This method is applicable for solid, and the size of the particle should be in the range of 35 to 5000 micrometers. Basically, the Wurtz process consists of dispersing a solid particulate core material in the supporting air stream, and the spray coating of air suspended particles can be occurred. These equipments have the capacity from 1 pound to 990 pounds. Micron size or the submicron size particles can be effectively encapsulated by air suspension techniques. This air suspension technique have one equipments which is divided into 4 parts: air inlet parts at the bottom side, then process chamber, then expression zone, and the segregation zone. So inlet air part, which is at the bottom side, consists of a perforated plate. At the bottom side of this perforated plate, there is a process air supply inlet. So high velocity air that should be supplied from the bottom side, so that the particles which are feed from this feeding inlet and placed on the perforated plate, these particles are get suspended into the air in the expression zone, where the maximum particle can receive the coating in the expression zone and the segregation zone, and the coated particles are finally fall down on the plate, and it may be collected from the bottom side, that is final product outlet. So in these techniques there are two types of spraying system. One is called as a top spray method or top spray system, and second one is bottom spray techniques. In the top spray technique, the spraying nozzle is placed at the top side of the equipment, and the coating material is sprayed over the surface of core materials. So this green color, it indicates the coating solution that should be sprayed over the core materials. And second one system called as a bottom spraying nozzle or bottom spray system. In this case, this spraying nozzle, it is placed at the bottom side of the equipments, where the coating solutions are sprayed in a upward directions, where the core materials are suspended into the air. So in this method, the core particle which are in the suspended system or in the fluidized condition, they may receive the coating over surface of core material, and thus the particles are get micro encapsulated in this process. So this is called as a Wurtzer's process. So during the operations or during this process, there are certain parameters that should be controlled so that we can obtain efficient and the effective encapsulation by air suspension techniques. So these factors are density, surface area, melting point, solubility, friability, as well as the flowability of the cover material. Then coating material concentration. So what should be the concentration of a coating material so that it may easily spread through the spraying nozzle? It should not having the too much viscosity. It is difficult to spray if it is having the high viscosity. And coating material application rate, at which rate the coating material should applied over the surface of the cover material so that each and every particle can receive the uniform coating on its surface. And volume of air required to support and fluidize the cover material. How much amount of air that should be supplied from the bottom side or the air inlet so that the cover material which are placed over the supportive plate, it may be suspended into the air and receives the coating. Amount of coating material required. How much amount of coating material that should be required to encapsulate the cover material. And finally, inlet and outlet operating temperature. The temperature should be important. Inlet and outlet temperature of the equipment can be maintained so that the cover material which receives the coating on its surface, so it is simultaneously dried in the equipments and we can obtain the coated or encapsulated particles by means of air suspension techniques. If you like this video, please don't forget share or hit on the my YouTube channel. Thank you.